Hey, what's up? Dusk the Viking here. So I'm going to be quitting Evil Dead, but I wanted to explain why. Basically, it's because I believe that the latest DLC is blatant pay to win. I don't think anybody can argue that Ruby is not the most powerful character in the game. She is the most powerful by a large margin. The cooldown reduction on her aura alone is enough. Just to give you some insight on how powerful that cooldown reduction is, you can get Hunter Ash all the way down to a Q cooldown of 47 seconds. That means he's going to cast that thing well over 20 times, in a match. Like, that's just crazy. And then let alone all the other, really abusive Q abilities in the game that Ruby's going to just completely, jack up. And the reason I think this is all blatant, because, if you guys have been around, you know how much I've bragged on how plugged in Saber is to their game, how much they monitor statistics and how players play the game. Like, they're very aware. And, if that's true, there's no way Ruby was done by accident. And in fact, they were so desperate to stuff Ruby with stats that some of her abilities don't even make any sense, like quick learner. Ruby is not a quick learner. She's actually a slow learner. She has so much knowledge because she's centuries old and has collected this knowledge, that she has over centuries, right? So, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't feel comfortable supporting play to win, and I've got this saying that's always held true over the years, and that's that devs that behave in a way tend to continue to behave in that way. So now that they've engaged in pay to win, you can expect that this is just the Evil Dead loop now, where they don't really balance the game anymore. They just go from pay to win DLC to pay to win DLC, and if you want to win, you need to buy that DLC, and then after a month, they'll balance it. Ilphonic did that with Predator Hunting Ground. That was part of how they killed that game, was they would do a Survivor DLC and a Predator DLC, and they'd alternate back and forth, and for the first month, the weapons did double damage. They didn't even try and hide it. They literally did double damage. So, yeah, that's where Evil Dead's going, and that's not anything I want to have a part of. The game stops being competitive or skillful at that point. It just becomes a wallet check. As long as you've got your wallet and you're ready to buy that next DLC, then you're a good player, right? So, I'm pretty much out of Evil Dead now. But I don't want to get out of the asymmetrical genre, so that means Dead by Daylight, because it's the only other asymmetrical horror that's worth anything, that even has a player base at this point. So, yeah, we'll be on that. But Dead by Daylight is kind of hard for me to have fun at because it's very formulatic. Like, I don't feel like I'm playing a horror game. I feel like I'm playing a formula game. Like, it's pretty balanced these days. The devs have done a pretty great job on that front. But it's just not that fun anymore, right? At least not for me personally. So I'm probably only going to do Dead by Daylight on Fridays. The rest of the time, I'm going to get back to my RTS roots. So that means Age of Empires 4. Get back into trying to play that at a high-end level, along with casting it. And I want to put a focus on casting these RTS games in a way that people who aren't RTS players can still watch and enjoy and kind of keep up with, right? So anyway, that's what the channel is going to look like in the foreseeable future. I hope you stick around.